Hello and welcome to High or Lows, a fifth ed Dungeons and Dragons adventure set in the world of Taraz. I'm Philip Martin, your dungeon master, and with me is Daniel Fletcher.
Welcome.
Next up is Laurie Crawford.
Hello, hello.
Come on down in third place, Lizzie McPherson.
Hey, lovelies.
Almost last for tonight is Mimbo Wang.
Yes, I am here.
And the actual last for tonight is Ash Mireya. So I just wanted to practice my game show host voice today. I've done so much improv today. I'm still vibe. Whatever. Previously on High or Lows, our crew spent the morning making final preparations to venture out of Homestead. First making their way to find Commander Marjorie, were directed to the Tiefling Quarter. So they ventured there, which turned out to be just outside of Homestead proper, and was essentially huts scattered around a dwarven building surrounded by a cobbled stone wall on the edge of the mushroom forest. There, they met Marjorie speaking with Bandan, and made plans to meet Bandan with some local goblin scavengers near the northern lumber camp the following day. One of those goblins was Rolk, the de facto leader of the goblin scavengers in Homestead, who also told them some info about another goblin settlement in the Undercrag, which Tweak was especially interested in. Also Tweak and probably Brackus. Rolk was especially excited to see Tweak, who he remembered from the Slums of Virtue, and Tweak was quick to take advantage of this and request specific items if they could be found. Tweak also reconnected with his old friend Weevil, who had been sent down here some time ago, and they talked about a few things. They also had an audience with Shameen, the spiritual leader of the remaining tieflings down here, and learned that most of the tieflings remaining in the area were quite young or elderly. This was because most of the others had self-exiled themselves from Homestead about 6 months ago, and Shameen asked if the group might be able to find this other group as they hadn't been heard from since they left that day. Tweak had a second breakfast with a few more goblins and chatted to a few of the other goblins living here, and then after this, the group then made their way back to Homestead to try to find Shognak's library, and decided to go to the Swift Hand shop, as Chuck hadn't had an opportunity to visit there yet. On their way there, they noticed a small community notice board, but not the most interesting thing that they noticed was an ad for music lessons, and directions to get to Shognak's library/apothecary. And this is where we'll jump in, with the group having just entered the Swift Hand family shop. So yeah, you guys have just entered, and I believe that something was said to you like, "Oh, it's good to see you again. What would you like? Or what can I help you with?"
Well, I might be looking for something for myself, but I believe the young one here, Chuck, has not met you or even seen your store. Are you looking for anything, Chuck?
Oh, hello there, boyo. Pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you. Kind of want to do something with this, and he just like opens his arms and gestures to his like jumpsuit.
Right. No, we could do something with that, sure. The name is Conver.
Who's Conver?
I'm Conver.
Oh, you're Conver. Well, nice to meet you, Conver. What are the options?
That's Ma in the corner there.
Nice to meet her.
She just looks at you. You can give me an insight check if you want. You don't have to.
I will give you an insight check, and it is a 14.
Yeah, you get the impression that the granny is sleeping, but like still like fairly, still some like yeah, they could say she seems to be sleeping, but you think that she's still got some sort of awareness. I don't know. You're not really sure. She might be fake sleeping. You're not sure. You don't fully trust the sleeping. You're not sure.
What does a teenager trust?
Yeah, old people, right?
Indeed.
No, old people are great. And that's Zanny, me missus.
Nice to meet you.
Zanny does most of the tailoring, if that's what you're after.
That is what I'm aftering. I'm also wanted to sell some things.
What you got? We'll figure out a trade. What sort of thing did you have in mind, like outfit wise? Well, best talk to Zanny about that. I suppose it depends. What you be getting will depend on what you trade. And we might have other things for you.
I have a silver pendant.
Well, that looks interesting. I can put it on the counter here.
I also put down a jar of wax-like substance. Not sure what it is.
You're gonna make me. I know, like, if I had enough time to look, I know exactly what this stuff is.
That's fine. Like
Um,
you could always like you could tell me like yeah, you could always tell me next session.
the
You could
wax-like
just
substance.
yeah, it's a jar of wax-like substance.
Okay, that's what it is. It's all right. So it's probably a couple of uses for something like that. Yeah, but these two things will get you an outfit for sure. It'll be a nice one, but it won't be the finest of all finery.
Okay.
Yes. It should do a good job. Is this all you'd be wanting to spare today?
Well, if there was something left over, I'd probably buy some rations. That's all.
Uh, yeah, we got rations. Mostly happy with rat and turnip.
What I've got, right? That's what there is.
Is it turnip here? No, it's not turnip. It's rhubarb.
Rhubarb and mushroom,
Rhubarb.
maybe.
Rhubarb is the staple thing here. Rhubarb and mushroom.
Yeah, I'm fine with rhubarb and mushroom. Been eating it all this time.
All right. Well, if you want to go out with Zani in the back, we might have something for you. We might just have to take some adjustments. Why don't you go see what we got? And yeah, they'll come out with like a few outfit options. There is just like a kind of like a classic sort of casual suit. Sort of like a dark navy, just like a nice button-down shirt, probably like with a little bit of frillery on the shirt itself. But like decent, like sleek pants. The shoes you have are fine. Like the shoes are like they're sort of boots enough. They'll keep you going. There is like a basic wizard robe setup. It's just like it's a little bit of a flashy sort of thing, but it's not like ostentatious. It's like red with like a gold trim, like a dark red. There
Okay.
is I don't know. What do you guys? Does anyone else want to throw out an outfit that might just be here? Not Mimbo. This has to be not Mimbo. Not Mimbo is not allowed to throw an outfit right now. But if anyone's got an idea,
A tourniquet.
tourniquet is like a bit of piping you wrap around your arm for doing drugs and stopping like artillery's bleeding out, right?
No, I thought it was. Oh no, I think it was a corset. A corset
Corset and a tutu.
with a tourniquet.
I mean, they do have these things. These are options you could choose. She's like, oh, you probably wouldn't want these, Sonny, but you could if you wanted. So yeah, there's a corset tutu sort of Lady of the Night style number.
Well, how is Zani there with leather working?
She does all right. She worked on the armor for your friend there.
I mean, take a look at that corset. That's some fine leather work there.
She knows her way around the needle for sure.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm looking for. You can tell me if you can make it or not. Nothing crash hot, too special, but I would like essentially a belt with a couple loops to loop this big old hammer here at my side, and as I kind of pull forth a very large great axe. I've been lugging this thing around, and I'd like to kind of be able to strap that on my back and a few other things, and just be a bit more, just have a bit more access to things that I'm carrying.
High or lows?
I'll try lows.
Hey, we got a hammer belt. Sure. What you got to trade for it? It looks like it'd fit you. It was designed for a dwarf. You'd probably be able to put on a few pounds and it'll probably still fit you.
Do you have some shoulder bandoliers? Things that I can kind of strap to the back? That you could add?
We probably have to make that.
Okay.
probably have to fix that up with you. So what do you mean by like just a sort of a two-piece belt, one for the torso, one for the around the waist?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Something to carry this great axe on. The belt would sit at my hip, at the sides. Maybe another bandolier of sorts for the shin. Got a dagger here that could be useful for.
You sure do like your leather, eh? You like to be strapped up, all right?
It's versatile material, yes.
A high or lows on the leather on the like a ankle holster sort of.
Let's go Lowe's.
Yeah, we got like a little ankle pouch. It's not huge. If you want something bigger, we might have to work something. Well, probably won't hold a weapon, but it'll hold things. We might hold a dagger. That's probably the maximum it'll hold.
Okay. Yeah, Converse. So I know you like to trade. Do you take copper, or is that a last resort type of thing? Copper and silver.
It has some use. Some people like to have a little bit of it. We do have currency to an extent, but it's just not particularly valued down here. Not like survival gear. So we do take it. It's just you might not have the value you'd be expecting.
I mean, we've got some weather-worn adventure gear, torches. I can imagine you find may have use for down here. I could offer a few of those.
If they're dry,
I can give you my driest. Oh,
you'd still need to pass us some coin. Just torches wouldn't be enough for the leather.
okay. What else have I got here? And I'll sort of kneel down and ruffle through my backpack. I'm gonna need these pythons. Water skin, very useful out there. Oh, I think today it's gonna have to be, for the most part, coins. But coins I've got. How many if I offer you, say, 2 torches? How much would you need to even this deal?
I'd be wanting you to offer me something, and then I'd be saying whether I need something more.
How many silver would you want me to add on to that?
A lot.
I ain't got a lot. Give me a number.
Then you'd probably only be getting the ankle holster, not the hammer belt. Probably needing in the hundreds. If I be true with you, probably looking at 500s, something around there. 500 silver.
For a full 3-piece package.
I mean, 500 silver, we might be able to actually cover one sword, make a silvered sword. That might actually be useful. But the silver itself, not as useful. You see?
I do see. I also see that you drive a hard bargain. I mean, what have I got here?
Of course, you could ask the blacksmiths over on the east side if they'd silver a weapon for you as well, but they might not like to do it for you. You might have to ask a friend. But it sounds like you'd be wanting the leather more importantly anyway.
And I'm assuming that we're talking mates rates here. Obviously, right? I mean, we've been here. You know that we're in defense of your town. Surely you've given me the lowest price. We don't have to do all the rigmarole.
Give me a persuasion.
Persuasion I could do. Okay. Oh, 30-20.
30-20. Look, if you had something else, maybe, but like, I'd probably still be needing 200-300 silver. Like, that's me being very generous, because I think you'd be doing good things for this place, but you haven't done so many just yet. Yesterday was a fucking kerfuffle, and they say that one of your friends, they say that you guys were involved, and it's all very complicated. Yes, he's helped out for sure, but you causing a ruckus for sure. You causing a ruckus.
At that rate, I'm going to have to leave it. Maybe go to the blacksmith and see if I can get a better deal. If when I go out there and I can pick up something, maybe we can talk then. But if I fall out there because my warhammer slips out and causes me a misstep, I'm sure the rest of the group will give you an earful. That's all I can offer at this moment. I've got nothing left.
Look, maybe you could be asking the church to make a donation to us or something along those lines. Or if you had something else, but don't think I'll be able to part with it too easy just yet.
We are on missions or several missions at the moment. We only just ducked in to kind of pick up supplies. I'll see what we can do when I come back.
I'll tell you what. We're happy to give you a little bit of rations. We'll give you each 2 days worth because you have been good to us. You just brought some rat jerky. Just if you pack up a bag of rat jerky.
That means I have 8 rations.
Although let's get back to the outfits, which is all happening at the same time, right?
Sure. I
so-
mean, out of the options so far, I'd probably do a fine suit.
Well, I'll just throw it out. Does anyone else have an option? I'll probably give the 1 or 2 more if no one else does.
A clown suit.
There is a jester outfit.
A gimp suit?
What is a gimp suit?
It's basically like a full leather thing, right? But it's not like it's like vinyl. So I don't know if there is a gimp suit because that's like a lot of leather. So there is an outfit which is basically instead of a gimp suit, there's an outfit which is basically darker. It's not the best material, but it's darker material, and there's like folds in it. It's a bit rough to the feel. Maybe it's like a Hessian blend or something like that. And it actually comes with like a hood which covers the whole face, and there's just a couple of eye holes and a mouth hole. And that's part of the outfit. And the other thing I was going to say is there's the jester outfit I said, and there is also just it's just a dirty off-white shirt with like a vest. It's like a dark brown vest. There's just like some just pants. I would say like a lighter brown, but not so light. And it also just has a hat. You can pick the hat.
Good to know.
Is there a tunic?
Yeah, there's also a tunic, but the tunic is like you could probably get the tunic for less than what you're offering for one of those items. It's very simple. Okay, so those are your options for what you've offered, or you could sort of request something to be made for you.
And what would that look like?
Well, you could alter something like here, or like use other things they've got. They've got like you could try to have one of these options altered for you for sure.
Yeah, I'm still gonna go with the suit.
Just a sort of darkish suit. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. It's very teenagery.
It's a little bit Men in Black, but it's
Yeah.
not. It's nowhere near that good. The shirt's definitely frilly. The pants are nowhere near a nice material, but like it's fantasy style Men in Black, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean,
It does not come with a hat.
I don't know that he would want a hat. He's not like Raymond Reddington.
I know the reference, but it means nothing to me.
Okay, yeah, it's Blacklist.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think he does. He does wear a hat, but no, it does not come with a hat. So yeah, but you can have this outfit. And these like you're not super. You're like average. Like you're not super short for a teenager, are you? Like you're. Yeah, so like you're probably a little bit. You're like the height of a slightly shorter adult man.
Yes.
So yeah, it fits. It fits.
Also, a hat would hide my ASMR silvery hair.
Well, it did give you like at least 3 as options had a hat. You could be walking around with a jester outfit right now. That's all I said. You could have made up the rest, but no, you take your suit. Cool. Does anyone else want to help Baracus make his trade, or at the moment you're just happy to take the free rations and walk away?
Well, what was that suit in trade of?
A silver pendant and a jar of wax-like substance. It's not like a suit. It's just like it's like a dark pant with a dark jacket. It's moderately rough material. It's not like great, and then like a somewhat frilly shirt. That's kind of it. It just looks vaguely suit-like. It's kind of like a maitre d' more than like, but not a particularly fancy one.
Can I get an insight from Conva? Because he just traded basically an outfit for a small pendant and some ichor. And for me, for a couple of leather straps, he wants to charge me hundreds of silver.
You can give me insight or intelligence, or you can ask. But yeah, you could do any of these. Anyone could do any of these.
I mean, to be fair, what he traded is more useful than silver.
So it's a 6. I'm just eyeing him.
Sure. Yeah, like, I don't know. Like maybe like wax. Maybe they're really into wax for some reason. It seems weird though. Or maybe that pendant has like some special significance to someone and is like severely undervalued. It's hard to say. But also like you kind of suspect leather might be valuable. I'm gonna just give you this leather. You suspect leather might be quite valuable down here. You haven't seen a lot of creatures with leather, so that would mean I'm just gonna give you this because I'm coming up with it on the fly. The most plentiful supply of leather down here is probably human or humanoid.
Oh, okay. Well, if that being the case, I'm gonna say, Combo, if you can make me, all I'm looking for is somewhere to hang my weapons. If you can do that in a different material or one less valuable to you, then do that.
Well, I suppose we could probably make something out of silk.
As long as you can assure that it'll hold up.
It'll take a little bit doing. Like we'll have to ask the goblins to get some. But they usually come back with a little bit of it. We'll just have to ask them to come back with more. Or if you come back with it yourselves, we should be able to make it. If it's got to be clean though, can't be dirty. Fresh, clean.
Silk, okay. And in trade, what? I mean, throw a couple names up of things that you need. That you're definitely drawing over, and I'll take a look at.
I mean, leather, weapons, armor, they're always useful. Food, meat, but like everywhere's looking for food, and you'll find that everywhere. Yeah, the silk's always valuable. Like we take pretty much everything, but we try to get it at a good price. We're one of the more mercantile factions around here. We sort of look after ourselves a little bit. We look after everyone else too, but we make sure we get ours.
Okay. Leather, weapons, meat, textiles. I can do that. I just haven't been. I've been traveling light, as you can imagine, out there, and haven't been picking much shit up. But I will do so this run, and we'll see what we come back as, eh?
You keep a secret.
Probably not, but shoot away.
I don't know if I should be telling you that. This is a private conversation between you and him. No one else.
Oh, he's kind of pulled me aside.
If that's the case, I don't know if I should be telling you.
That's just me joking. I mean, this lot here have seemed to trust me and look at me, and I kind of finger my hands through my hair and my horn, and I garner trust somehow.
All right, give me a persuasion or deception, depending on your choice. It's your choice of personality. What whether you're lying or speaking truth.
Nice. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna go for a 17 on persuasion.
17. Cool. All right. So one thing that like we don't necessarily like to advertise to everyone, but you lot seem like you're more of the go-getting sort. If you can get animal poisons, ointments, materials, things that could be useful. Shognax after that stuff as well, but we use it. Some of the scavengers like to arm their weapons with some of them poisons. Some of it goes into making a variety of things. So you can get us those. I think you had some. Your group had some. What was it? The carrion crawler venom. That was
yeah.
Yeah, we were quite happy to take that off your hands. If you can find more of that, we'll happily give you your leather.
Well, copy that. I mean, and they're a site less heavy to carry as well, so I can do that. What about,
It's dangerous down there. People like to have their insurances.
what about webbing and things like that? I don't know how I'd transport it, but if I came in possession of it,
Oh, definitely. If you can get us clean silk, we can turn that into ropes.
okay.
They always sell. Survival. It's all about what helps people to survive. I'm sorry. I'm just like copper. Okay, we can take a little bit of it, but only so much.
We might just have an accord, and I'll kind of pull away from him in agreement.
Yeah, bring us enough. We bring us enough silk. We'll make your thing, and we'll do it for free. If you bring us excess.
Is that all we need? Looking around.
Yeah, so you're done there. Well, all right, Sonny, you're looking pretty lovely. You look quite dapper in your new suit. Look like you're ready for a day of work.
Indeed. All I need is sunglasses now.
I do not know what you're talking about, and there is no sun down here.
Neither do I. Just came out of my mouth for some reason.
It's like he's a halfling. I think she's about 3 feet tall.
Cool.
Oh, we just want to pinch your rosy little cheeks. Be a good
Please.
boy then.
Please don't.
No, it's just fun teasing you at this point. All right then. Well, best of luck with your adventures. Don't make too much trouble for the town now. Or if you are gonna make it, let us know first so we can see if we can make a coin. So metaphorically, really.
Indeed.
All right. Is there anything anyone else wanted to do at the shop?
How are my commissions coming along?
What did you commission again? Yesterday? It was like just cogs and shafts and stuff like that, right? Like mechanical parts. Oh yeah, we gave word to some of our people. They'll keep an eye out. They don't normally send people that way, but they said they will. Can send a couple of their best sneaks because of the undead activity in the dwarven mine area. We don't expect to find too much of that in the forest. Some maybe, but not much.
So when should I expect it?
Oh, perhaps check in 5 days a week.
Okay.
Give me an intelligence check, Twig.
Intelligence. Right. 12.
You may have asked the same people. You're not sure if he's got extra people or if he just goes through the goblin scavenger network.
Mm.
You know there are other scavengers, like Candle in the Dark. He's a scavenger.
Do you use goblin scavengers?
Yeah, we do. We use several people though. Like
Who
you
do
you came in with Candle, right?
Yes.
Candle will get resupplied with us usually.
Who do you use? Do you have names of the goblins?
Oh, we usually just go through Roke and the rest. Roke usually leads all the scavengers down there. But there's various people that don't live in Homestead. Not everyone likes the vibe here. Some people think it's safer on their own. And they'll come in, bring their gear in, and go back out there. There's not too many these days. People like Candle.
Well, I guess I'll wait 5 days.
We hope to find something for you. We don't know how much we'll find. It sounds like you need a lot, so it won't be... We'll find what we can.
5 days.
We'll do what we can, sir. Okay. That is the end of that interaction. Who else has things they want to do here? No one?
No, I'd just say point us to Shognak's, or is it an obvious building?
Shognak's, just turn right, go around the bump, past the Tiefling Quarter, up the stairs, first door on the right before the guards houses, up on the high bit there.
Right you are.
Right you are. Have a good one. You go outside. It is still late morning, I think, at this point. Would it be late morning? Oh, you guys spent a bit of time with the goblins and the tieflings. It's probably 9 or 10, about 10 in the morning, I'd say. It's hard to tell. You don't have clocks. So you guys go up and out the stairs. It's a short walk.
I take a quick glance at the mushroom moistity.
Yeah. It seems like it's moderately moist. Wait, is that right? No, they dry out the most during midday, so they're drying out. They're on the process of getting as dried out as they're gonna be. I came up with this system. I didn't do science. Well, I did as much science as everyone had to. Okay, you guys go out. And there's these stairs. You saw these stairs. They're just near the Tiefling Quarter exit. They're this dwarven make. You go up them. They go up to a secondary area. It is a natural cliff face that has obviously been manicured by someone. You assume dwarves that originally lived in this place. It's quite nice up here, but is still seen better days. But it does seem nicer than the rest. You don't notice as many shanties and stuff. There's a lot more just makeshift housing on the ground floor. And yeah, the first door on the right is a old stone door. Some of it has crumbled, but it's mostly stood the test of time. And it looks like it is pushed to open.
Go over and knock, push. Wait a moment and push in.
Sorry, sorry. Yes. What can I help you with? Who's that knocking on my door?
Group of adventurers. You may have heard tell of us in the town. We're here to help, but perhaps you can help us.
Oh, right. Yes. Come in. Come in. Is there someone open the door?
Yeah, go on in.
The door is a stone door, and it's fairly sturdy, but it lifts and pushes relatively easily. There is actually a cutout section on the bottom left side, which is about 2 foot tall by 1 foot wide, and it's got a easier to open section. No, that's not on the door. Sorry, that's just to the side of the door. It's a second door. You enter the room, and it is an odd room where it is similar to some of the other dwarven dwellings that you've seen when you spent your time in the dwarven ruins that were infested with other creatures. But this place is littered with a variety of different books, just various colors, conditions, sizes, stacks of books everywhere. There's shelves full of books, stacks of books. There's also in one corner there is a fairly large, not fairly large, but it's about 2 large desks worth that have been cut down to half their size of various beakers and burners and piping that is all designed for, and it's currently bubbling away to make potions. And then in one stone chair in the corner, propped up on a cushion, you see a gnome who most of you have seen before. They're obviously elderly, obviously older than Tweak. Tweak being more of a middle-aged. Tweak's not middle-aged. Sorry, Tweak's not that old, is he?
Middle-aged for a gnome, 220 odd.
Yeah, this gnome has a darker skin than Tweak, and a more of a grey sort of dusky hair, but otherwise it's got pretty similar features.
Sorry, he's
Probably-
115. So he's quite a young gnome.
Yeah, so you suspect that this person might be older than that. And yes, you make your way in and say, hello. My name is Shognak.
Well, Stognak, we hear that you're the person to see about oddities. And, well, we bring one oddity with us today, and I point over to Thistle. I'm Baraka Sorrel, that's Thistle. I think she has some questions for you.
All right. Of course. Let me close the book. puts it off to the side and jumps down and says, pleasure to meet you. I saw some of you in the tavern yesterday. I didn't want to intrude. But yes, welcome to Homestead.
Thank you.
Yes, you do seem to be suffering some form of condition. That is very true.
So, how much would you charge for a consult?
Oh, I'm happy to help. I don't know if I'll be able to tell you much though. We'll just probably take. I don't know. We'll take a couple of samples, maybe. If you don't mind me cutting into you a little bit. You're welcome to do. Have a friend do it. It's up to you.
I'll let you. I've heard good things about you.
Oh, that's somewhat surprising. But it's nice to know that people think highly of me. I mostly just keep to myself up here. Say hello to the people as they walk by and go to the tavern to make sure everyone's happy and whatnot. But okay. Sure. Okay. Come to the lab.
I'll follow him to the lab.
What are you brewing in there, by the way?
Oh, it's a mushroom tea right now. It's nothing exciting.
Tweak, would you like to come along?
Okay.
Oh, Tweak is it? The name's Shognak.
I shot that.
Oh, you must be one of them gnomes from Virtue.
Yes, that I am.
Interesting. I am not originally from the area. I came to Virtue. I heard it was safe with all the troubles. But it was not a good place.
Well, I'm not really from Virtue, but I've been living with goblins for a long time.
They have their magic though. They're good at magic, but I don't think they use it well.
What, goblins?
No, the gnomes, the gnomes in Virtue. Don't worry about it. Are you magic?
Yes.
Oh, good. I do magic.
I mean, I didn't have much to do with the gnomes in Virtue. Do you know much about
Really? I tried to get to know them a little bit. They were okay with me for a time, but they didn't like the way I did magic.
Why?
I didn't like all their rules, the way they kowtowed to all the other people. I don't know, it just didn't seem right. Some of the things they were doing, I don't like to talk about it so much, but some of the things they were doing, not so good.
Like what?
I don't really like to talk about it, but
Maybe another time when you feel a little bit more comfortable.
maybe if I get to know better. There's some dark things. The magic that keeps that place afloat is not right. No. Anyway, your condition, I'm not sure. You appear, I would say you've developed a fungal infection, probably.
Ooh, that doesn't sound good.
Which makes sense.
It does. Yeah, if you want to take any tests or do any tests on me or take any samples, go for it.
I mean, are you sure about that?
I trust him.
I mean, I knew this woman that had a fungal infection and she smelled much worse than you do.
I'll just ask this to Shogna. Could this fungal infection be a detriment to her, or could it be some sort of symbiosis?
Usually fungal infections are not good, but the mushrooms are strange down here.
Oh, so is she.
But you're not really telling us anything that we don't already know.
That's fair. I mean, you seem like a smart one. So I'm not trying to like step on your toes or anything. It's just it is interesting, is it not?
Yes, that's why I've come to you.
But so you have this condition where your skin seems to be. It's not. Well, that's not. Oh, that's not on your skin. That is your skin.
Yeah, it is.
Well, that's not good.
No, and I don't eat, I don't drink, I don't need to sleep, because I'm never tired, hungry, or thirsty. And yeah, no, it's baffling. It's nothing I've ever come across in my early years. So
Huh.
that's
Well, strange things could happen in the mushroom forest. Let me think. Well, I don't know if this be true, but I've heard a tale. I used to live underground in different parts of the world, but like when the plains started opening up and things started mixing with one another, I heard that some mushrooms could actually send spores out to bring things back from the dead. And that's obviously that seems to be what's happened to you. But some of these people was supposed to come back with all their skills intact, all the their memories would not always be intact, but their skills would be. But they're not alive anymore, unfortunately. They're dead. But the mushroom keeps them alive.
Certainly sounds familiar.
Do you think that could happen to her? She'll turn into one of those mushroom zombies?
Well, no, because normally they don't have any memory, any skill. They have a fraction of a memory, like the tiniest fraction of a muscle memory is really all they have. The mushroom still remembers that part of the memory. It seems that's how they are able to be trained by the farmers. But you, no, you talk. I've never met someone in that condition that could talk.
yeah. I
Hmm.
still seem to have all my faculties. Um,
Hmm.
Despite the things that I listed before.
I mean, if it's true, then you should have all these abilities. So yes, you would. I mean, so far it all checks out. You do not need to eat, drink, or breathe, or sleep, and you cannot be put to sleep. You can no longer sleep.
Yeah, can't sleep.
One good thing about it would be, you would have some natural resistance against disease and poisons. Something you probably didn't have in your past life.
How do you cure it? I mean, is it something that we should be concerned about?
Oh, I don't think you do.
So I've just got to live with it.
Technically, no, because you're dead. But I suppose yes.
She's dead?
Exist with it.
How's she dead?
Well, you're no longer the person you were. You're a new person, but you are not an alive person. You're half plant.
Well, plants are living.
It's all living. It's all living, but you're not who you were.
It's a
The
living
mushroom,
thing.
the body of the furball that you once were is dead. The mushroom is you now. You are the mushroom. So the mushroom is alive, but the body that it is now in control of is dead. But you as the mushroom have access to some of those memories sometimes. Do you understand now?
Yeah, I do. This is getting to be a lot. I just need to take a breather, or like the equivalent of a breather. I'll be back in a few, and I walk out of there as quickly as I can.
Of course,
I'll
of course.
walk out. I'll go out
I
with you.
just leave everyone. No, please. I just want to be left alone.
Okay, I understand. I'll just kind of I'll lead her outside the door and just wait. Give her some time.
So is there no way we can, like, if we kill the mushroom, we kill her?
Yes, that would be the end of that being's existence.
So there's nothing left of the furbog at all.
There's a lot left of the furball. The body is mostly furball.
Then why can't we just bring that back and kill the mushroom?
Because you'd have to bring a life back. It's very much the life forces are much more intertwined now. It'd be much more it's much more complicated. I'm not an expert in that kind of magics. It might be doable, but you need some powerful clerics or archmages. Would not be easy to accomplish.
That must be hard for her to swallow.
Well, she's special though. You don't understand. Like
Oh, she's special, all right.
she speaks and she has memories and like she is a special type of yeah. She should be a stumbler like the rest of them. Tis odd.
Will Thistle allow me to approach her, or she just like kind of walked off, so I can't see her?
To let you approach.
I know that fellow was kind of weird, a bit disconcerting to be honest. But don't you feel some sense of an answer?
Yes and no, if that makes sense. I'm an abomination. If my family was around, and if they were, they'd ostracize me. They wouldn't have anything to do with me. I lived with my family, and so I feel really conflicted at the moment.
And what makes you an abomination?
I don't need to do the things that you and the others in this group need to do. Just to exist and live and whatnot. Like I said, it's a lot for me to swallow. I think I just need a little bit of time.
I get that. I've also been called that very name my whole life, abomination. And what does that mean? That means jack shit to me. It's other people's opinion of them not knowing what the hell's going on and what the world that they're living in. So what? So you're undead. So you're in your life. Are you? I mean, you're a world apart from those mindless zombies out there. If you think you're anything like them, then you got, I don't know how many zombies out there. I haven't met any that can turn into a direwolf and be such a dread on the field. What have you really lost? I know it's all too much, and I'll leave you be if that's what you want. I just want you to know that
Where do you guys think you're going to be heading next? And I might meet you there.
I don't know. I'll reconvene with the group. I think you should too, and if you want to have some time, let's have some time. But we're probably leaving this afternoon, unless we have a meeting and things get changed.
Okay.
But I not to think about it as the worst thing in the world, and as perhaps a new thing that I think we all need to kind of figure out.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going back in.
Okay.
I'll make my way back to the group.
Like I wasn't trying to upset her. I said I can be a bit blunt sometimes. I'm not the best speaker, but she's special. She could be one to bridge existence between species. If she can speak like that, she is.
I think in time she will realize that her difference makes her that much more. I came to that realization a long time ago, but it was my own path, and I had to do it myself. And I think she may be on that same path.
No, you understand though? She is a functionally a baby. When did she start showing those symptoms? Or when did she die? I suppose would be a question.
On the drop down, so 5 days ago.
She is 5 days old as a creature. You must look after her. You must teach her to be a person. It will be new to her.
I don't think her humanity was ever in question.
No, of course not. But she's new to it. For a 5-day-old, she's quite advanced, wouldn't you say?
Well, she still has her brains. I mean, for goodness sake, man. She's not like
Hmm,
5-day-old mushroom with no brains, no memory.
I suppose technically she has access to the Furbolg's brain. but it's not her brain, technically. But it's one of the same now. They are the same creature. They are a symbiotic relationship, one would say. I'm sure I have a book somewhere. I'll try to find this book.
At this point, I come back into the room, but I just stay behind Baracus.
As you do, Shognak is sort of running around trying to find a book. Like running around between all the stacks of books. No, not there. Not that one. He's distracted right now. You get his attention very easily, though.
I'll let him do what he needs to do.
Cool. What would you guys like to do?
Kind of got my answers. Where we're heading to next.
How do you feel about the answers?
I don't know.
Fair. It took me a while to get a grip with my personal issues too.
You got personal issues?
Yeah, these psychic powers, they're not usual. A lot of people don't like them.
Shognak drops a book, and goes back to searching.
As in he drops the book behind the counter.
Not behind the counter. Like as he's looking for a book, he likes to drop some. Give me an insight check. Everyone noticed him drop that book, but you guys can give me an insight check.
Nice.
16.
Something about what Chuck said startled Shognak.
3.
14.
Yeah, you would pick up on that, Thistle, too.
Okay.
You're right there, Shognak.
Yeah, I'm fine. Just looking for a book for y'all. That's all. Nothing to see here. Just looking for a book.
Come on, you can do better than that.
See if you can find any potions that are actually useful.
I got some potions lying around. Of course. I'll go find you some potions. I'll be right back. And he scurries off.
Try talking to his head next time when he's back, Chuck. I think it'll be funny.
Don't scare the poor boy.
Sure. Next time he comes back in, I will make psychic contact.
Zombie Rampage Part 2.
Well, actually, yeah, good point.
Yeah, and I'll just hold the door from all those zombies coming in. That's fine.
There aren't as many zombies on the western side, but they're still around. There are no zombies in Shognak's office, in the library area.
Well, I think on those revelations, I thought of our group name.
Oh?
And maybe it can be a placeholder until we find a better one. But I think we are the misfits.
How about the 4 men and the baby?
That could work. I just think we're.
Oh, what about the abominations?
I mean,
That's a
that's what we
little
are.
joke.
We're just wrong.
The abominations and Tweak.
Who is the most abominable of all?
Sounds like a band name.
I guess, well, Shognak's having a look around. I'll start having a look around his office and checking out his books and whatnot that's around myself out of curiosity.
The books don't seem to be well ordered. There seems to be some sort of organized chaos, but you have no idea the order at first glance. You'd have to try to decipher it or just try to scan until you found something interesting. Is there anything in particular you're looking for? Or you're just looking around?
Just having a look around for something to do rather than standing around like a stunned mullet.
Yeah, cool. High or lows?
Highs.
Okay, a 78. You find a book on animals. It's got pictures of animals in it. Pick a new animal form, and you can say you find a picture of that in the book.
Oh, okay.
Actually, it was high enough. Pick 2. They've got to be reasonable ones. Pick one combat one and one non-combat one. They can be whatever you want. I don't know.
All right, I'll let you know.
I don't know what all your animal forms are. And you're not you're not Moon anyway, so it's not like they're major combats.
Exactly, yeah.
But yeah, stuff like crocodile.
Cool.
Anyone else doing anything while Shognak's down the back somewhere?
I'm going to have a look at his potion brewing stand.
Sure. What are you looking for in particular? Are you just testing it for accuracy, or are you trying to see what he's making, or?
Just have a look what he's making and see how the whole thing functions.
Give me a nature check.
Nature check, hey? I'm good at those. 19.
He's making hallucinogenic mushroom tea.
Ooh, baby. I put my finger in there and give it a lick.
Okay. Give me a lick's fine. Lick, like, yeah, you might see like some sparkles every now and then, but you'll be fine. It tastes not great, but not that bad. So this guy seems to know his stuff, because sometimes his stuff tastes bad. Anyone else doing anything while he's?
No, not particularly.
All right. No, I'll come back. Oh, you should probably be careful with that stuff. Unless you want to have an interesting afternoon. I do have a couple of potions that I made and I found and people gave me. I made a couple of healing potions. If you have anything to trade, books. I love books. Or regents for more potions, or different things maybe, but generally books. And I found a couple of other I got a couple other potions. This potion of climbing, might like that. I also have a potion of resistance to fire.
Ooh, climbing, you say?
I don't have any other potions right now. I could try to make some potions for you. Of course, the books. If you have books, that's my main thing I like.
I'll keep an eye out. I've got this fabricate scroll, but I'm kind of holding on to it.
Well, that's interesting. It's definitely interesting. I would be interested in that. I could learn the spell if you gave me that. I still have my book.
I can lend it to you for maybe a potion.
I tell you what. If you gave me that, I could learn the spell. I cannot give you I couldn't give you the scroll back.
Why?
I could cast it for you one day, and I could give you a potion for it. But I don't really have a proper scroll scribing material. I don't have the
Deal.
paper for. So you give me the scroll. I agree to cast it for you one day, and I'll give you which potion would you like?
Are they just normal potions of healing?
Just the normal ones, but also a climbing one or the fire resistant.
Well, the climbing one, fire resistant could be good. What do you reckon, guys? What would be the most useful?
To be honest, the scroll.
Well,
I tell you what. I'll be able to cast it for you probably once a day, probably once at least a couple of times a week. I won't. Whenever I have it prepared, I'll do it for at least once a day. But you'd have to come to me. I don't really venture outside of the walls no more.
yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, I can't scribe scrolls.
But if you want to keep it, I understand. It's just there's not too many scrolls down here, and I could add it to my book. I don't have it. It would be a nice one to add for the town.
Would you do a potion of healing and fire resist?
Give me a persuasion roll with advantage. He wants this scroll.
14.
I could do the healing and the climbing, or 2 healings. I can't. The fire resistance is a little bit more expensive.
I'll take the healing and the climbing then.
Yeah, of course.
And of course, if we can come back and you can fabricate things for me in the future.
Yeah, within reason. I will do it as you have to bring me supplies, and I should be able to make things for you. Yes, I will try to keep it in my book, but I may not always have it prepared. But most days, I'm not doing so much turning invisible or creating ice storms these days. I don't need those spells so much. Invisibility does come in useful though.
Okay, deal.
All right. Thank you. He hands you the 2 potions and he takes the scroll. Is there anything else? You're welcome to hang out and read some books if you like. I don't have so much company, but it is nice sometimes. If you'd like to stay and read. I see you've got a book over there. Yes, there's some nice animals in that one.
Yeah, I think I've seen a few of these in the past, but there's a couple in here that I haven't seen before. They're absolutely gorgeous.
Won't see too many of them down here. Sad times. But maybe one day we'll be back on the main planet. But it is dangerous down there. Sad. Is there anything else I can help for you, or should I just get back to me reading? Or would you like to stay and have a cup of tea?
Oh, we could do a cup of tea.
Okay, I can get you a cup of tea. Who else would like a cup of tea?
I could try and drink one.
It will make your afternoon quite interesting.
All right, I'll go with that.
I would not get into too much trouble, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
Okay. Would anyone, just the two of you, or would anyone else like some tea?
I'll be fine, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I
You should
want
look
to clear head if we're having to meet this afternoon.
You should look after your friends then. But of course, the two of you like. I'll prepare you both a cup. He goes and pours a couple of cups of out of the apparatus he's got going. Nice steaming cup. It's fairly makeshift cups. Like no, they don't match or anything. But he brings over a large one for Thistle, smaller ones for himself and Tweak. And he says, "Well, bottoms up. Like I say, try not to get in any trouble today." And down the concoction. I need Constitution saves. It's not going to hit immediately.
Okay.
But
I got
6.
19.
is that with advantage, Thistle?
No.
Okay. With disadvantage, I should say. Oh no, you do know. You have, no, sorry, you have advantage. Sorry, my bad. You have advantage as a reward. So if you don't
Yes.
even, I mean, you could roll it again if you wanted.
I'll do it for shits and gigs. 6.
Okay. 19 it is. But you did get a 6. Is that right, Twig?
I did get a 6, yes.
Okay. Well, with that in mind, I think we'll call it there for this episode, and we'll see what happens next time on the High or Lows podcast. That's it for this episode of the High or Lows podcast. If you'd like to get in touch, you can find us on Twitter at High or Lows with underscores between the words, or you can find me at Feepster.
Thanks for listening to this episode. If you enjoyed listening, please leave us a 5-star rating and review, which is one of the best ways you can support us. You can also join the discussion on our Reddit and Facebook pages, or even our Discord server, and maybe play some games with us. Links can be found in the description below. Special thanks to Sirenscape for the background audio and Alex McPherson for providing the opening theme. I hope you can all join us next time as we continue on our adventure.